Hey players, it's time to grab your tea and have a seat. Let's discuss politics, crime, celebrity gossip, investigative reporting. Welcome to The Real Tea with Double D on GSMC Podcasting Network, where I am black and the news is always petty as hell, but it's accurate.
Hey players, welcome to a brand new episode of The Real Tea with Double D. Of course, I am Double D, and we are on the GSMC Podcasting Network. So excited to be with you all tonight to record a brand new episode. Listen, baby, when I tell you it's been a day from Frumpy to the motherfucking being ordered to pay E. Jean Carroll $5 million, some alleged charges for George Santos. Baby, when I tell you it's been a hellified day, it's been a hellified day indeed, honey. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I'm here for it all. And I know y'all are too, because if y'all weren't here for it all, you would not be here with me, baby. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to join me tonight. So excited to see you all on YouTube and Facebook. Also, you ones out there in podcasting world, thank you guys for downloading and streaming another episode of the brand new of The Real Tea with Double D, baby. I am so excited to see each and every single one of you guys. Every day, y'all make me smile. So excited to have you guys. Hey, you make me happy, baby. So that's why I'm here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the news. But wait, one thing before I do. Again, I'm going to speak to everybody out there in YouTube and Facebook world, also out there in podcasting world. Remember, out here in Facebook and YouTube, I am recording this for my podcast, so I won't be able to interact with you guys as much as I would like because they can't see you guys, and it just wouldn't be fair. But I appreciate y'all for being here. Make sure you guys interact with each other. Put those comments in there. I love to read them after it's over or during the show. I really do enjoy you guys being here. That's why I like to record these episodes live. So thank y'all so much for being here, baby. I am so excited to see each and every one of you. I'm gonna call somebody out by name because I see my friend Eva in the building one more again. Appreciate you, girl. All right, now y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat because, baby, it's time to talk about Frumpy to the motherfucking dump. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Baby, tell me why E. Jean Carroll done came through in the clutch one more again, baby. She done came through in the clutch one more again, honey. And when I tell you we are so excited to be in the number one more time to see her make it do what it do when she need to make it do what it do, baby, we are so excited to be here with her, honey. I'm telling you, whenever I heard the verdict, I was like this. Oh, yes, honey. I sure was. I was like on an episode of Maury Povich. You you have been ordered, sir, to pay $5 million. Oh, yes, honey. $5 million, honey. And when I tell you, E. Jean Carroll looks so good. Now, she didn't stop at the courthouse, honey. She didn't stop to say anything to anybody. Her attorney did issue a statement after the fact. She didn't stop, but she looked great. 79-year-old woman looking as good as she want to look. Y'all go ahead and take a look at E. Jean as she strolls on out of there.
In fact, here is E. Jean Carroll right now. Let's see if she approaches the microphones and speaks to reporters.
Just one statement, please.
It does not appear that she's going to approach the microphones, but we are going to keep watching. It appears like she's just going to get in her car and leave. Yeah, we'll see if she says anything in that scrum.
All right, so she didn't say anything, honey, but you can see that smile on her face, baby. She was as happy as a flea on a dog's ass, and I was as happy as a flea on a dog's ass for her, honey. Baby, I was excited. I was so excited for E. Jean Carroll. So let's just go over, as we all know, the trial. Okay, so E. Jean Carroll sued Frumpy Dump for defamation and also for the sexual part of it, saying that Frumpy Dump took advantage of her some years ago. at a Bergdorf Goodman department store in Manhattan. She stated that he took advantage of her there, and she wrote a book on it years later. And when Frumpy was president, he defamed her by saying that she was lying, saying that she wasn't his type, all of those things. So she sued him, honey, and she put on a hell of a trial. They called 11 witnesses. 11 witnesses, and all of those were E. Jean Carroll. Because if you guys been following me, y'all know that Frumpy Dump did not put up one single witness. In fact, he didn't put up a defense at all. In my opinion, the only thing that he did was attack E. Jean Carroll and the witnesses that she had. But they didn't put up a witness or anything to that effect. They just went ahead and let it go the way it was. So again, there were 11 witnesses that were called. Two of them were accusers of Frumpy Dump. Okay, those accusers stated that Frumpy Dump also took advantage of them in two perspective, separate situations aside from E. Jean Carroll's. Now, Frumpy Dump's attorney, um, every legal analyst that I've been listening to, and of course I dabble and move around to other places. I have seen them say that his attorney had basically just went on in the attack mode, tried to make it seem like they were lying, tried to discredit E. Jean Carroll and the other accusers. Um, saying that Trump would never do anything like that, and that they had absolutely no proof. Although E. Jean Carroll, her case was pretty solid. She brought up the manager at the time when the incident between her and Frumpy Dump occurred, and she brought up that manager. That manager was able to testify that that dressing room was available to the public. It was on the 6th floor. Again, she brought up other accusers. And another thing that she did was brought out the Access Hollywood tape. I'm pretty sure that right there was very damning for Frumpy Dump and his legal team when they found out, Cracker Jack Box legal team, when they found out that that was going to be admitted into evidence, honey. I'm sure they were shaking like a leaf on a tree when they found out. And baby, I was as happy as a flea on a dog's ass to hear that that was going to make it into the trial. Now, if you're not familiar with the Access Hollywood tape, that is the tape where Frumpy Dump was caught on a hot mic saying that because he's a celebrity, people he can celebrities can just grab women by their hoo-has, honey. Of course, he didn't say hoo-ha, but of course I want to comply with the community guidelines of Facebook and YouTube. So I won't use I've used that word before, honey, but Mr. Grab him by the pussy. Okay, don't get me yet, Facebook, YouTube. I love y'all. Don't do me like that. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Grab him by the he said that that can happen. And and that was very damning during the trial because that tape was actually allowed in, and it was allowed in two separate forms. Like they according to reports, they played the actual Access Hollywood tape, and then they also played Frumpy Dump's deposition, where he talked about the Access Hollywood tape. And I'm gonna remind y'all of that deposition. I did post it here on Facebook and my Instagram page, but I just want to remind y'all of what he said about that Access Hollywood tape, and how, in my opinion, if I was in the courtroom, I would give an audible gasp. Y'all take a listen.
And you do say in the video that as part of trying to have sex with this woman, you took her furniture shopping, correct?
We actually did look for furniture, yes.
So that was true. You actually took this woman, Nancy.
I think so. It's
shopping.
been a long time ago. It's how long was that? A long time ago. But I think so. I do think so.
Is that the only occasion when you took a woman shopping?
I think so.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
Look, baby, he put his nail in his own coffin, honey, when he said that he considers himself to be a star. He could not just let that go and say, no, I don't consider myself a star. So that way he could kind of dial that part back. There was no way for him to dial it back because he would have to say that he's not a star. Frumpy Dump head is so damn big and his hands are so damn small that he just had to say that he was a star. And that right there just messed him up all the way. So they played that portion in the courtroom along with that Access Hollywood tape, honey. And in my opinion, if I was on the jury, I'll be like, yeah, that's a nail in the coffin for Frumpy Dump. Now, there was another part of the trial that I just wanted to talk about. During E. Jean Carroll's testimony, okay, and I'm gonna need to change this picture real quick for y'all out there in podcasting world. Let me just get this real quick because I gotta change it, honey, because we gotta bring up the mushrooms. Oh, yes, 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 honey. We gotta bring up the mushrooms, okay? So during the trial, when E. Jean Carroll was testifying, of course, I'm going by the people that were in the courtroom that were speaking about this. They stated that when she talked about the encounter between her and Frumpy to the motherfucking dump, y'all, the reason why I'm bringing up the mushrooms is this, because Stormy Daniels, y'all remember, she stated that Frumpy Dump Wang was the size of a mushroom. Okay, now she didn't specify whether it was a small. Well, all mushrooms are small, honey. So I really, I don't know, but she said that it was the size of a mushroom. Now in this trial, E. Jean Carroll basically in her testimony, she basically validated Stormy Daniels' claims because what she stated was that when Frumpy Dump uh entered her, you know, she knew that he entered her with his tiny hand, but she wasn't sure if he entered her with his wangulus because she couldn't tell the difference. Oh, yes, 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 honey. That's what she said. She could not tell the difference. When they talked about this on CNN today, I swear to God, I almost peed my pants. I said, I just know you effing lying. Y'all got to take a handy-dandy look at this. She said she could not tell the difference. And the reason why they were talking about this is because that might be the reason why the jury did not find that Frumpy Dump great E. Jean Carroll, was because she couldn't tell the difference whether he had penetrated her with his hand or with his wang. Y'all take a listen.
E. Jean Carroll said that she couldn't really see whether Donald Trump was penetrating her with his genitalia. She knew that he had first inserted his fingers into her vagina. She felt him do that. And then she thought that she was penetrated by his penis, but she couldn't say for sure, in part because she couldn't see it. And so that uncertainty may have been part of what motivated the jury's verdict on the rape count. That not
I declare, what a disgrace. And y'all know Frumpy Dump got them tiny ass hands. So when Frumpy Dump did what he did, and if he did switch positions and switch from the hand to the wing, basically E. Jean Carroll was like this. If he would have said, "Do you feel anything?" she would have been like,
"Not a goddamn thing."
It's not funny, but it is because it's so embarrassing. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Ridiculous and a hot boo-boo shitty mess, baby. That is a mess. So let's go back to the trial. So the jury found that Frumpy Dump did not grape E. Jean Carroll. However, they found that she was actually abused. They also, and I'm reading from the verdict form, okay? They also found that Frumpy Dump they didn't have to answer number 3 because they had to answer a series of questions. In a federal trial, it has to be a unanimous verdict for it to be able to come back with any type of in favor of the plaintiff. So this was a unanimous verdict, but they didn't have to answer number 3 because they found in number 2 that Frumpy Dump had sexually abused her. However, number 3 question was left blank, which was did Frumpy Dump forcibly touch her? The next question was Miss Carroll injured as a result of Frumpy Dump's conduct? And they checked yes. So they awarded her $2 million based on that. If yes, a dollar amount that would fairly and adequately compensate her for the injury or the for her injuries or her loss. Okay. So the next question was Frumpy Dump's conduct willingly and wantonly negligent, reckless, or done with concussion, disregard of rights of Miss Carroll, or was so reckless that it amount to such disregard? They checked yes, and they gave her $20,000 for that. Did Miss Carroll prove by preponderance of evidence that Frumpy Dump's statements were defamatory? Yes. Did Miss Carroll prove by clear and convincing evidence that Frumpy Dump's statements were false? Yes. Did she prove that Frumpy Dump made those statements with actual malice? They checked yes on that as well. Did Miss Carroll prove by preponderance of the evidence that Miss Carroll was injured as a result of Frumpy Dump's publication of the October 12th, 2022 statement? Yes. If yes, insert a dollar amount for damages, $1 million. If yes, insert a dollar amount for damages for reputation repair, $1.7 million. Um, in in making the statement, Frumpy Dump acted maliciously out of hatred, ill will, spite, or wanton recklessness, or willful disregard or right of another. Yes. If yes, how much should Frumpy Dump have to pay? $280,000. So that's how they came up with that $5 million, that $3 million for the defamatory portion of E. Jean Carroll's trial. Now, Frumpy Dump has, of course, well, no, I'm not going to go to that one next. So, Frumpy Dump's attorney already stated that they were going to appeal. He outside of the courthouse. This is what Joe Taco Pina had to say.
Yeah, I mean, strange verdict. This was a rape claim. It was a rape case all along, and the jury rejected that, but made other findings. So we'll obviously be appealing those other findings, but they rejected her rape claim, and she'd always claimed this was a rape case. So it's a little perplexing, but, we move forward.
Did you speak to Mr. Trump, and what did he tell you?
We've spoken, and we're ready to, proceed, go forward. Obviously, he's firm in his belief, as many people are, that he cannot get a fair trial in New York City based on the jury pool. And I think one could argue that that's probably an accurate assessment based on what happened today. Again, it's something that, we're very confident on the appellate issues here. The Access Hollywood tape should not have come into this case. Some other things shouldn't come into the case. I mean, we made many motions that we thought would create issues for appeal, and we're going to employ them now. There were things that happened in this case that were beyond the pale. I mean, we made a mistrial motion through the trial because of some of the rulings and we believe a bias that was displayed by the court. This judge has been overturned already once by the Second Circuit in Carroll versus Trump, and we think he's going to be overturned a second time. But in the meantime, we march forward. He was found not liable for the rape, and that's it.
Child, Joe Taco Pina. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So he already said that they're going to appeal. And then Frumpy Dump, of course, he's upset it to the highest level of upsettedness. The first thing he did was scurry his ass on over to Truth Social, well, Devil is a Lie Social, where he stated that he has absolutely no idea who this woman is. This verdict is a disgrace, a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time. And then he said, continue by saying, what else can you expect from a Frumpy Dump hating Clinton appointed judge who went out of his way to make sure that the result was as negative as it could possibly be, speaking to and in control of a jury from an anti-Trump area which is probably the worst place in the U.S. for me to get a fair trial. I declare, honey. What a disgrace. So we'll go ahead and take a listen to Frumpy Dump. I had to listen to it, so y'all gonna listen to it too. He could barely keep the spit in his mouth. I'm just giving y'all a fair warning before we get it playing that he was having trouble holding back his spit. I declare.
A Trump-hating, Clinton-appointed judge who went out of his way to make sure that the result of this trial was as negative as it could possibly be, speaking to and in control of a jury from an anti-Trump area, which is probably the worst place in the United States for me to get a fair trial. We'll be appealing this decision. It's a disgrace. I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt. And somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff. We cannot let our country go into this abyss. This is disgraceful. You have somebody running for office. You have a woman that's financed and lied about it. She totally lied about it by Democrat operatives like just.
Yeah, it was 12:15. Exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it was 12.
Now you see something. Now you see now. You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I see what I'm saying.
You know you done fucked up, Trump. I declare, honey. What a disgrace. So he's going to appeal. They probably going to appeal this to the highest level. E. Jean Carroll has already stated that this was not about money. This was about getting her reputation back. And with that jury's verdict, she definitely did that. I was happy to see this verdict. I know a lot of people were. Honey, we have people, the Frumpy Dump tank sniffers are jumping ship. Mo Brooks is no longer a Frumpy Dump tank sniffer, honey. After he said he was taking down names and kicking ass, he posted on Twitter today, at real Donald Trump, guilty, 5 million sexual assault and defamation jury verdict. GOP cannot afford repeat sexual predator offenders as 2024 nominee. Offends voters badly. America needs strongest GOP candidate. Frumpy Dump, ain't it? Character matters. So we got them already jumping ship, honey. The Frumpy Dump tank sniffers are definitely jumping ship indeed. But for Melania's part, even though Frumpy Dump was doing some of this stuff when he was with his wife, honey, she is supporting Frumpy Dump in his in his campaign, honey. She made a statement to Faux News where she stated that she is standing by her man, honey. That is her man, and she is definitely gonna stick beside him.
2024 re-election campaign. The former First Lady telling Fox News Digital, quote, "My husband achieved tremendous success in his first administration, and he can lead us toward greatness and prosperity once again." She added that if she has the privilege to serve as First Lady again, she'll continue to prioritize the nation's children with Fostering the Future program and Be Best.
But I just want to remind you that during the deposition for E. Jean Carroll's trial, that he couldn't even remember when he married his own wife, Melania.
Am I correct that video was recorded in September 2005?
I guess that would, I don't know the date, but whatever date it was is fine with me.
And am I correct that you were engaged to your current wife sometime in 2004?
I don't know.
Am I correct that you married your current wife in January 2005?
I don't know relative to that tape, no.
I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So Melania is going to stick beside him with that Be Best campaign, honey. She is bringing it back. All right, players. I got one more thing about the Frumpy Dump, and we're going to move on from him, honey, because I'm tired of talking about him. But this right here came down the pipeline. Now, nothing else has really come out about it, but I will let you guys know that the Save America PAC has got some trouble. This came down the pipeline yesterday. Now, Save America PAC is Frumpy Dump's PAC, and this isn't the first time they've been looked at by the federal election commission, honey, the FEC, and they are once again looking at them, and they have sent them 1,456 pages worth of what they're claiming is illegal donations, and they want them to clarify where the hell did y'all get this money, and you need to, hey, we need to know. So that right there just came down the pipeline. Not a lot of information. I didn't have a chance to look through the 1456 pages, but 1456 pages of what they want them to clarify these donations expeditiously, honey. So baby, when I tell you things are switching up for Frump and Dump, he's got the that trial in Manhattan. He's still got Stormy Daniels coming up. He's got Georgia that's coming down around my birthday, July 11th, where she's going to decide if she's going to be bringing charges, honey. This is going to be bad for Frump and Dumping. Like the New York Post said, E. Jean Carroll now done said, grab him by the wallet. I declare, honey, I love this for her. Now, players, y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. Let's move on. All right, players. So before I start this story, I just want to give you guys an update on the tragedy that occurred in Allen, Texas, at Allen Premium Outlets. That's just about, I believe, about 30 miles outside of Dallas. I want to give you guys an update, but I just want to preface this by saying I'm sending my condolences out to the families of the victims of this. This is a tragedy that did not have to happen. So very sad. The videos that came out shortly after that, people are so disrespectful. Some of those videos were just heart-wrenching. Well, all of the videos were just heart-wrenching coming from there. So again, I'm sending my condolences out to the ones that were the families of the ones that were lost. And I'm also hoping that each and every one of these precious victims rest in peace, and also sending healing vibes out to the ones that are injured at this time, some of which are still listed in critical condition. So I'm going to give you guys an update on what happened in Allen, Texas. So as we know, this weekend we had a tragedy that occurred at Allen Premium Outlets in Allen, Texas. That's an outdoor mall that has about 120 stores in it. Now, from what officers are saying, this guy was out of his car and gun gunfire erupted immediately, and it wasn't even very long before the fire before he was the threat was neutralized. It wasn't very long before he was taken out. However, he was able to do so much damage in that time period, and it's just so sad to see. So I'm just going to name the victims here. Christian LaCour, he was 20 years old. He was a security guard at Allen uh Premium Outlets. And then we have, and I'm probably gonna, y'all know I'm gonna butcher her name, so y'all see it here, Ashawarya. She is 26 years old. She was a civil engineer. People at her job said that she was absolutely amazing, wonderful girl, and she graduated, I believe it was from Eastern Texas University in 2020, I believe it was. We have Daniela and Sophia, who are sisters. Um, they were 8 and 11. Daniela was 8, and Sophia was 11. And the school said that they were just absolutely rays of sunshine. Now, unfortunately, their mother needs our prayers because their mother has been listed in critical condition. She was injured in this horrible tragedy. Now, as we know, Kai, Cindy, and James, that is from one family, a family of 4. Kai was 37, Cindy was 35, and James was just 3 years old. They were just last week they were celebrating the 6-year-old's birthday. I'll just show you him. He was also injured, but he's okay. Um he's the only one that survived this horrible tragedy. Um the other 3 passed away, and it's just so very sad, so very sad. They had a GoFundMe for the 6-year-old. His name is William, and that GoFundMe has, I believe it's nearly $2 million at this time. I just I'm just so sorry to hear all of this, and I hate every time we have to have these type of conversations. I really do. I really, really do. So there's 6 other victims that are in the hospital. Again, some are listed in critical condition. I am sending positive vibes out to each and every one of them. Now, I wanted to give you guys just a little update on what we know about the shooter. Of course, he's been identified as Mauricio Garcia, 33, of Dallas. It is not clear why he attacked that shopping center. However, due to online activity, investigators have been able to point out that this area was targeted. He wasn't targeting anyone in particular, but this area was targeted. In fact, he may have been scouting out that area for a while. Now, police were asked if they had been alerted to him, since he was posting some things online about his intentions. And from what they understand of it, again, the investigation is ongoing, but from right now, they don't believe so. Now, authorities said that the madman, um, excuse me, the madman was in the military. He was in the army, but he was discharged about 3 months after being in the army for mental health or physical and fitness. Um, it was just a few months later. Physical and fitness. They have not exactly said exactly what it was, like the pinpointed or whatever, but they have reached out to the Defense Department to try to get that information. I'm pretty sure it'll come out in that final report exactly why he was discharged. Now, he did have a security license, but that license had expired. They said that he had worked in security previously. They have conducted a raid on some homes that he had previously lived in. At the time, he was living in a hotel. They said when he committed this heinous act, they said he had about I believe it was 8 weapons on him that he was able to get legally. He was able to secure those weapons legally. So investigators are still looking for a motive. Now, they did say that due to things that he was posting online, also Nazi-related tattoos, and even his signature indicated that he had neo-Nazi ideation. So the FBI State Department collected his computer and cell phone and began combing through his social media profiles to see whether he had left behind a manifesto. As of Tuesday afternoon, none had been found. Again, they stated that they don't believe that he targeted anyone in particular, like a specific group. They stated that he just fired at anyone that he could. He just went to that area. So, players, I'm gonna let you guys hear what the investigator had to say, and I will return. I think I will. I don't think I will, because there it is.
Fitness for duty. That information will be forthcoming later on as we dig into the investigation. He also had a private security license in the state of Texas. Again, he had no criminal history, and the license has expired. I understand he worked as a security guard for several firms, but he was not an active security guard at the time of this. He had 8 weapons with him. He had 3 on his person, and he had 5 in his vehicle. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms has run traces on all the weapons. All of the weapons were legally obtained by the shooter. None of them were stolen, anything else. And now we're running checks on them to see if they were used in any crimes. But at this time, we haven't uncovered anything in that regard. The big question that we're dealing with right now is, what's his motive? Why did he do this? Well, the big question is, we don't know. That's what the investigation is trying to find out. We do know that he had neo-Nazi ideation. He had patches, he had tattoos, even his signature, verified that. That's one thing we do know. We are trying to get into his computer and on social media and find out, whether he had anything that he'd publicized or been out. We're looking around, we're seeing trying to find what he looked at, and trying to get every information we can. This is the ongoing part of the investigation, and we have a situation that once we figure that out, hopefully we figure that out and get definitive about it, we can go public with that down the road. To me, it looks like he targeted the location rather than a specific group of people. He was very random in the people he killed. It didn't matter the age, same race or sex. He just shot people, and which is horrific in itself. As I said before, the investigation is ongoing.
All right, players. So that's what we got from investigators. Again, they have turned this over to the Texas Rangers, as well as yeah, I believe the Texas Rangers are going to head this. They say that they're getting everything that they need from Applehead Abbott to all of the resources that they need. I don't know. No, he was not an illegal immigrant. He was from oh my God. He was from Dallas, so he was not an illegal immigrant. All right, players. So again, I'm sending my condolences out to the family, sending my love out to the entire community as a whole, and I'm sending healing vibes out to those ones that are that have been injured in this tragedy. And may these beautiful souls rest in peace. Y'all go ahead and grab y'all tea, have a seat. We're going to move on to the next subject. Really quickly, before we do that, I had one more thing I wanted to tell y'all. Not about that. Well, Texas bill HB 2744 has passed, and they want to raise the age on AR-15 style gun purchases from 18 to 21. It passed by passed the House committee vote. Two Republican representatives and two Republican representatives in Texas. This is the Texas State House bill. Sam Harless and Justin Holland joined 6 Democrats on the committee to advance the measure. So now 28 members of the Texas State House have sent a letter to the House floor so that they can hold a special session to move HB 277 and HB 220 to the House floor immediately for vote. They say that mass shootings and gun violence have become far too prevalent in Texas, and they are asking for that for them to go ahead and bring that down to the House floor and place it up for vote. The Uvalde parents of the children in Uvalde have been very, very active down in Texas trying to get them to pass legislation, and they actually got some movement on that with those Republicans joining in on the committee. So that is good news. That is good news indeed. So we'll see if they bring it down to the House floor and what happens. All right, players. So we're going to go ahead and move along to the next subject. And that subject is my husband is writing me. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all heard that. And he won't leave me alone. So anyway, he's at work. Okay. Tucky to the Tuckster Carlson. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So I'm guessing Tuck It to the Tuckster Carlson didn't want to take up Mike Lindell, the permanent L's offer, because he has decided to scurry his ass on over to Twitter to start his new show. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a new thing for Twitter, or is Elon Musk starting something called Twitter TV. I really don't know what's going on, honey, but Elon Musk has said that he is going to start a new show. Y'all go ahead and take a look at what he had to say, and I'll be right back to talk my crap.
Aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to...
That damn. So he says that he won't be censored on Twitter. So that's where he's gonna do all his dirty work. He's gonna go over there to Twitter. So hey, Twitter's got to be paying him something. So I know that I know that Tucker Carlson is desperate for limelight, honey, but I know he ain't that desperate. He must didn't get. Do y'all think he got any offers? I mean, they said that News Nation wanted him. I mean, he had to not get any offers for him to just decide to go over to Twitter. I mean, he could have done his own thing. Why do you think that he decided to just have his thing on Twitter? He could have started his own website. Why do you need to, you know what I'm saying? You could have created your own app. You could have got something on Roku. You could have got your own thing. Why would you want to do it on Twitter? I know that it doesn't make sense. The math ain't math. And Elon Musk got to be paying him a shit ton of money. And also, he just didn't get any offers from anywhere else, honey. So this is going to be a shit show on wheels, honey. I can't wait to see what comes out in the washing and arranging of this. I am on the edge of my seat to see how Twitter is going to take it, honey. I declare it's a disgrace. Players, grab that tea and have a seat. We're moving on. All right, players. So, do y'all remember the two Georgia election workers? That would be Miss Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. Do you guys remember them? Well, if you don't, they were the ones that frumpy dump and rooted human skid Mark Giuliani, Mike Lindell, the permanent LOAN. All of them singled these two ladies out and said that they were um, uh, basically committing election fraud in Georgia. They played videos of them helping each other at work and all that kind of stuff. It was really, really bad. And it was and they actually testified before the January 6th Select Committee. And that right there was some very riveting testimony, especially the testimony from Ms. Ruby Freeman, the mother. She gave both of their testimonies were riveting, but Ms. Ruby, when she said, how would you feel if the most powerful man in the United States of America is attacking you? That just was so riveting. So you guys, if you didn't know, they filed a lawsuit against human skid Mark Giuliani as OAN. Now they settled the OAN lawsuit. They actually settled that. Now it's for an undisclosed amount, but they settled that lawsuit with OAN, but they still have the lawsuit with um, they still have the lawsuit with human skid Mark Giuliani, honey. I declare, what a disgrace. So right now, human skid Mark Giuliani is trying to backpedal the pussy pop out of this lawsuit. He tried to have it dismissed back in December of back in November of 2022. However, the judge said, hell to the no, this is going to proceed. They are suing him for defamation and it's definitely going to proceed. So everything is coming up. They told human skid Mark Giuliani that he needs to provide some more documents to the defense, which is Ruby and Shay. He's refused to do that. He claims that he's broke. He can't afford to look for those documents and all that stuff. And also, we have Miss Jenna Ellis coming into the fray, honey, and she's not coming into the fray because human skid Mark Giuliani farted on her ass again.
The answer. Point of order. The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth.
No, she's coming into the fray because Ruby and Shay's legal team has been trying to serve her for months. And when I tell you months, honey, I mean months. They have been trying to serve her ass for months, and she does not want to be served. She definitely doesn't want to be served, and she has been hiding. Now, she posts on Twitter every hour on the hour, but they have been unable to serve her. She has not provided any of the documents. They actually gave her until April of 2023 to provide some documents. She hasn't provided those documents, and they have been unable to serve her. Now, as we know, Jenna was censured just a few months ago because she had to admit, and she admitted that she was lying about all that shit with human skid Mark Giuliani. She had to admit it. Well, now she doesn't want to be served in this, and she wants to be now human skid Mark Giuliani is planning to call her as a witness. However, she cannot be a witness unless she's able to be deposed by the defense. At least that's what they're arguing in these new documents, honey. So, baby, Jenna Ellis, I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Everything that Frump and Dump touches turns to shit, honey. And that is definitely Jenna Ellis. Not only does she smell like it because she got farted on by human skid mark Giuliani, but her but her actions are definitely shitty. All right, players. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat, honey. Let's go ahead and get into this Clarence Thomas tea. And we got one more after that, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, players. So everything is not coming up roses for Clarence Thomas. Baby, ProPublica has been out here doing the Lord's work, checking everything and making a list and checking it twice and checking behind Clarence Thomas, and it is not looking good for him. So, as we all know, last week they had that Senate Judiciary Committee hearing where Chief Justice Roberts has declined to testify. He declined to testify or answer any questions. So now the Senate Democrats are taking things a bit further. In a new letter, they are putting the stank on Harlan Crow, honey. They are asking him to provide a list of any benefits that he gave to Clarence Thomas. Oh, yes, 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 honey. It's true. They are asking him to provide a detailed list. Now, usually Harlan Crow will respond with anything that he has done for Clarence Thomas. He has done it before. Each time they ask him for a statement, for the most part, he will give a statement, but it's typically a statement, and it makes us all feel like this.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Oh, yes, 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 honey. So we found out that we have definitely been hoodwinked by, well, we haven't. We already knew he was full of shit, but I digress, honey. So Democrat members of the Senate Judiciary have given Harlan Crow until May 22nd to provide the panel with a full accounting of gifts and other valuable benefits provided to Clarence Thomas or other members of the Supreme Court. In a letter sent yesterday, Senator Dick Durbin, the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, said that they want a full documentation of gifts and travels provided to justices, as well as any real estate transactions involving members of the court. The letter sought the information on benefits valued above $415, the threshold for reporting such transactions for federal judges, including admissions to private schools, honey. So they are putting a stank on Harlan Crow, and we're going to have to wait and see what comes out in the Washington arrangement. But baby, I'm ready. I'm here for it all. I want to see what comes out. And I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all players. He's not going to resign. Clarence Thomas is not going to resign. Y'all can cancel that. Y'all think he's going to resign, that he's not going to do it. So we'll just have to wait and see what. He's definitely not going to resign while President Biden, because that will give President Biden an opportunity to appoint a justice, and that's the last thing that they want. He's not going to resign. I have to keep it a stack with y'all. It's not going to happen. But it's just very interesting to see everything that's coming out in the Washington arrangement, honey, and I can't wait to see. I want to see more. All right, players. Now, we actually have one more. I'm not gonna forget this, honey. Y'all, this time it's time for y'all favorite game. Players, it's time for another riveting episode of Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes. Ha, players. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So just imagine you living out in California. You're feeling footloose and fast and free, honey. You're a little young girl, so you're living it up, having a good time, going on dates, making it do what it do when you need to make it do what it do. You dig? And in 2016, Frump and Dump is elected. You love him, honey. And whenever you feel like Frump and Dump has shot it up you, that he is actually getting railroaded. So you decided to scurry your ass on up to the Capitol and participate in the shenanigans on January 6th. Well, I want you to take a look at Raspberry Beret, honey. Look at her. Raspberry Beret. Scurried her ass on up to the Capitol. This is Raspberry Beret, honey, and she skirted her ass on up to the Capitol to participate in the shenanigans on January 6th. Now, honey, she has eluded capture for the last 2 years, honey. Ever since January 6th, she could not be found. Nobody knew who she was. Everybody was trying to identify her. Even online sleuths, they couldn't identify who the hell she was, at least until on April 27th. The FBI posted this onto their Twitter account, and they released photos of a woman who allegedly participated in the Capitol in the insurrection on January 6th. If you recognize her, call 1-800 or visit FBI tips. Well, baby, Raspberry Beret must didn't understand the power of Twitter, honey, that she was going to one day be identified, because not only was she identified, but she was identified by her ex-lover. Oh, yes, honey. It's true. Her ex-lover called the FBI and turned that ass in, said that he was just on Twitter minding his own business whenever he saw his ex-girlfriend and decided to call officers of the goddamn law and snitch like a bitch. I declare, honey. What a disgrace. So she has been arrested, honey, and she has been identified as Miss Jennifer Geller of California, and she reported to the FBI after the Bureau featured her in a viral tweet. Her boyfriend told on her, honey, she has been charged with entering or remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building, disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds or buildings, unlawful parading, demonstrating, or picketing in the Capitol building. I declare, honey. What a disgrace. So she's since been bonded out. They let her ass out on bond. However, she does have to face those charges. She joins the people who have once again won the stupid prize. I declare, honey. What a disgrace. Look at her, y'all. Look at her. I know she shamed it. And she has a pretty good job, too. They say she's a fashion designer. I declare. What a disgrace. All right, players. I hope that y'all enjoyed this brand new episode of The Real Tea with Double D. I'm going to go ahead and keep it a stack with you. I wasn't planning on coming here, baby, but I just had to go ahead and do it because today was a very special day for all of us. I mean, we saw some accountability for the first time, really. We saw some accountability, and I was happy to see it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I really appreciate y'all for staying up with me. It's damn near 11 o'clock. I'm tired as hell, but I still got to make lunches and stuff. Thank y'all for joining me, and I will see y'all. Guess what? I'll see y'all tomorrow for a brand new episode of The Real Tea with Double D. Y'all make sure y'all come join me tomorrow night. Thank y'all so much for being here. Peace.
Thanks for listening to The Real Tea with Double D. Remember to support by following on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And subscribe to the website to keep the tea piping hot at blackuratnews.com. That's BLAQURA